they have said that the way you led and chaired the World Jamboree, you did not only inspire the youth of Uganda, but you inspired the youth of Africa and the youth of the whole world. Your Excellency, you were alive, and the whole world was watching you as you chaired the World Jamboree. Kindly accept the award from the Scouts headquarters of the World Organization of the Scouts Movement. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare a mighty hand clap. The President of the Republic of Uganda is receiving his award for leading and inspiring the youth, not only the youth of Uganda, but the youth of the whole world. Another mighty hand claps, dear Scouts. Your Excellency, sir, I would also love to inform you
the forests, the water, the people who didn't think that it was very important to care about nature. In fact, many of the African tribes, you hear them saying, ebintu bingi biringe subi. When things are so many, you say they are like grass, because grass is too much. But in other places, the grass is not there. But our people here didn't know that. That's why, therefore, Africa lagged behind in socio-economic transformation. That's why you hear people talking of poverty in a very rich place like this. Because many of the people had not learned how to build prosperity in a modern way. So therefore, the scouting movement should take that as part of their efforts to teach our people to go from okora echida kyonka okolo rubuto roka, teach me each keken, as they say in Luo, to make sure that every family in Uganda is working for food security, but also for income using the resources they have, the land.
Meanwhile, President Yoweri Museveni has sent condolences to the family of Jennifer Nyiramtuzo in Kisoro, who perished in the recent Mbale floods that left 29 people dead. The Minister for Presidency, Millie Babirye Babalanda, delivered the condolence message on behalf of the President to the mother of Nyiramtuzo in Kisoro District.
29 people died in Mbale and Kapchorwa during a night downpour that caused floods and landslides that swept through the hilly area, causing severe environmental damage during the night of 30th July 2022. Of the 29 dead, 2 were from Kisoro district, Jennifer Nyiramtuzo and another who were in a vehicle headed to Kapchorwa district for a marriage ceremony. Though long gone, the families of the deceased are still hurting and need psychosocial support.
It is really very bad and very unfortunate to lose such a young girl.
At the home of Jennifer Nyiramtuzo in Nyachinama, Kisoro district, family members are yet to come to terms with the loss of their daughter.
mungeso nziza ali yarasomye neza afite diguri yasomaga ni diguri ya kabiri.
The mother of Nyiramtuzo, Jennifer, says their daughter was the family breadwinner and was taking care of the father and paying school fees for her siblings.
He was my husband. He's my husband, providing everything. And now I'm focusing all my eyes and my hope on you people, on how you are going to help me.
Nyiramtuzo's grandfather says she was a good girl in the family. This was during an event where the Minister for Presidency, Millie Babalanda, delivered a condolence message from President Yoweri Museveni to the bereaved family in Nyashinama, Kisoro district.
This is 5 million shillings from His Excellency the President.
Izo ni million 5 zivuye kuri nyakubahwa president ngo zibifashe ukuntu wafasha umuryango wawe umutusigaye.
Kama abavumye
Imana bakomeze. Nayo musime.
That you appreciate so much the President Museveni for sending you to come here.
Kisoro District Chairperson Abel Bizimana thanked President Yoweri Museveni for his support to the grieving family. He said the family of Jennifer is so vulnerable and needs more help.
This family wants to shift from here if they could. I'm told this is the only land they have where we are now. They are so vulnerable, and there are many other vulnerable families, and the social safety, social security measures. I did think we need some more reforms in the social safety networks and the social reforms. So such a family.
Nyachinama Sub-County Chairperson Charles Kamhanda thanked President Museveni for supporting the family of the deceased.
She wanted to uplift the rest of the family, but with this we cannot avoid it. Has happened, but we are hopeful that since you are here, you assess the situation and how it will be possible. We will probably assist this family.
President Yoweri Museveni contributed funds to each family that lost a person during the Mbali floods on 30th July 2022. Joshua Kagoro, Kate Atuzarirwe, UBC News.
Now, the Lands Minister Judith Nabakoba has expressed dismay over the delayed and slow implementation of the USIMD project by contractors in Mubende municipality, adding that this hampers the chain of value for money. The minister has been inaugurating the taxi park, market and Mayor's Garden construction projects in Mubende municipality.
Within less than 2 weeks after her last trip to Mubende district, the Lands Minister Judith Nabakoba has again returned to the area. Received by a section of local leaders together with Woodsmith project managers, the minister has toured some of the ongoing construction road projects in the municipality. This was a trip intended to launch the construction of a multi-billion business complex which will house a tax park, central market and Mayor's Garden and other 2 main roads.
This phase is ending December 2023, so we have about a year or 16 months to complete. So today the Honorable Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, the Honorable Judith Nabakoba, has deemed it fit within her time to come and kick and flag off civil works.
The minister, however, was not impressed by what has already been put on ground.
When we agree on the timelines, those timelines should be expected. This is a program of results. It is a program of results. It is a program of timelines. We cannot do 2.8 kilometers in 2 years. It shows your level of capacity. Let me hope that the new contractors are going to beat up to their game, because they have only 1 year to deliver the project. As government, we are not ready to extend these particular projects, and we are not even ready to ask World Bank to give us an extension.
According to local residents, the slow pace of the project implementation has greatly impacted on their daily businesses.
Tuinamu okusomozebwa kw'abantu baffe mu ntambula tuba diverting okuva mu kkubo lino lwali luno tubazzaako mu ndala. Enguudo zaali badde simbi naye bakola kasoobo.
One of the things highlighted as challenges or causes for delays in finishing most of the works across the local governments where USMID operates, has been highlighted as challenges to do with utility relocation. Every municipality or every city has utilities, water, NITA for internet, electricity, and others. Now, when road construction is going to take place, you have to relocate those pipes, sewage lines, water lines, electricity lines, internet lines, and it delays much of the work because it takes it's now a third party doing it. Like National Water wants to do it, the electricity people want to do it. They want to contract a service provider to do the relocation, but on the cost of the USMID program.
We are looking at value for money. We are looking at quality work. We are looking at work that will speak for itself, not shoddy work. That's why I've told the new contractors to ensure that there is quality for Ugandans to know that if government put in money in this municipality to have good roads, let them be good roads.
Being the line minister, concerns regarding land disputes in the district were also forwarded to her, and in turn, she promised to convene a lands conference in the area on Thursday next week. Robert Onyango, UBC News, Mobende.
The first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for East African Affairs, Rebecca Kadaga, has urged stakeholders in the agricultural sector to focus on best agricultural practices for smooth business transactions within the East African Community member states. This was during the stakeholders' engagement on Competitive Africa Rice Initiative in the East African project held at Serena Hotel in Kampala.
The first Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister for East African Affairs, Rebecca Kadaga, has encouraged agriculturists to focus on the best agricultural areas and practices to become more competitive.
Africa still has the most arable land in the world. A lot of it is not being used. So we have a real challenge to ensure that we use it to produce food so that Africa can be food sustainable, but also a big supplier in the world market. Imagine now, we are very far from Ukraine, but we are struggling. We have no wheat, we have no oil, we have no this. So I think Africa needs to position itself to ensure that we leverage on our comparative advantage, to make sure that we are relevant in the economy of the world.
Kadaga also added that the regional integration trade barriers have partly contributed to the slow development of the East African member states.
We already heard about the partner states imports and exports, but when you read what is here, you see that we are doing a lot. So I don't know whether the figures we received during the last retreat were correct. We were told that we are doing only 15% intra-regional trade as a region. The rest, 85%, is with the European Union, people who are far away from us. So I think that we have a duty to ensure that we stabilize our productivity, the quality, and ensure that we're able to trade within the region.
The Chief Executive Officer, Kilimo Trust Uganda, Dr. Birungi Korutaro, highlighted on some of the milestones the project has achieved.
Now when we look at markets, expanding their access to markets, improving their competitiveness, we saw a significant improvement. When we look at the amount of the two products, paddy and milled rice, we were able to see about 249,000 metric tons traded over the 3 years. This was equivalent to about $131 million US.
We have pilots and business cases for the utilization of rice by byproducts, namely husks, straws and bran, and have generated evidence-based knowledge products on circular and regenerative models to inform policy change.
Stephen Tibaijuka, the Director Crop Resource at the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, notes that the continued government support towards the sector has contributed to the increased production of rice growing in Uganda.
This initiative did not create impact on its own, but it leveraged all the already existing public and private sector investments. Right Honorable, government has invested heavily in infrastructure including irrigation schemes like Doho 2 and Tochi and the others. So during this initiative also there were partnerships with the various other partners like JICA.
Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
And State Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development Charles Okello Engola has launched the Inter-Ministerial Technical Team on implementation of the National HIV and AIDS policy in the world of work. The team, led by the Ministry of Gender, is composed of officials from Uganda AIDS Commission, Global Fund, World Health Organization, and has among its roles to benchmark on basic practices on HIV prevention.
At the launch of the National Technical Team on implementation of the HIV/AIDS policy, the State Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development has cautioned the team against misuse of funds as the team begins its work.
Contributed by any donor company, donor group, must be seen that it has worked where it should work, but not move it the way most people think it should go to help their pockets.
The technical team is to embark on a sensitization and monitoring program for both private and government companies to ensure that the HIV policy is thoroughly implemented.
If you have not developed the policy, we provide the technical assistance through the multi-sector team. You design the policy, you form a committee, you have the focal point person, you have the resources. Whatever you cannot provide, we develop that referral mechanism. Access to services. They should know where they should actually have access to HIV services for those who are actually living with HIV.
Currently, Uganda stands at 5.2% HIV prevalence, and the several partners pledge continued funding in HIV prevention to reduce the prevalence rate further.
As Global Fund and the country coordinating mechanism, we are still committed to ensuring that we mobilize additional support, because we appreciate that we need to maintain the results that we've so far achieved as
UN and WHO for mobilizing resources. And on behalf of the UN family, I pledge that we shall continue to do this, as well as supporting progressive implementation of high-impact interventions to fight against HIV among our workforce.
Miriam Umcha, UBC.
The Electoral Commission has assured the people of Songora County South that everything is set to ensure that they exercise their mandate tomorrow to elect a leader who will represent them in Parliament. Let's take a look.
Speaking during a stakeholders meeting, Simon Byabakama, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, said that the electoral materials that will be used in tomorrow's by-election are already in the district and will be dispatched very early in the morning to different polling stations. Said that everything has been done to ensure that mistakes are avoided.
Thereafter, we all know the votes will be counted at every polling station, and the outcome will be captured on the declaration of the last form by the presiding officer, witnessed by the agents of the country.
Stakeholders have expressed concern over security deployment, saying it is meant to intimidate the voters.
Tally sheet to show, because if we have the other forms and we don't have the tally sheet on which you're basing to declare results, how can we do the comparison between what we have and what has been declared?
We have over 12 RDCs who have come here for over 2 weeks. What is their role in this by-election?
To the police in Kasese, the PRO Renzori East Nelson Tumusime said that police is working to let people have free and fair elections.
It is also normal and fit for purpose. So there's nothing like people should get scared. We are doing our part and let the voters also exercise their constitutional rights by going to vote are in the morning.
NRM bigwig leaders who have spent good days in Kasese are optimistic that the victory will be harvested tomorrow as Gideon Mujungu returns to Parliament.
As a party to supervise the police when we are in election. It's not our mandate to overstep our boundaries and keep people around, then invite police to act.
We have done what is required to secure a win. We have done mobilization, we have done voter education, we have done preparation for vote protection and retrieval of results.
Of course, we came purposely to win this election. That's why we have put in all our energy. And we have no doubt we are going to win this election because we have a motto: we either win or they lose.
Bosongora County seat fell vacant after the Court of Appeal nullified the victory of NRM's Gideon Mujungu from the NRM party for getting involved in vote rigging in 2021 general elections.
And with that, we take a quick break. When we return, more details. News Tonight.
Vimba! Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
Cooking with electricity is now affordable. Cook your beans. Avoid smoke.
Sayaka. Cooking with electricity is now so affordable with the Fumba tariff set by the Electricity Regulatory Authority. With the Fumba tariff, you can now buy up to 70 units of Yaka at a reduced price of 412 Uganda shillings per unit after consuming your first 80 units of the month. For more information, contact the Electricity Regulatory Authority on 0200 506 000.
Enjoy more GBs for the same price on Airtel. Shareable using 2 Gabonais. We have increased GBs across all your favorite packs. Now, 4 GB is at 10,000 shillings and 10.5 GB at 22,500 shillings, all valid for a week. For the heavy data users, enjoy 24 GB at 50,000 shillings and 50 GB at 100,000 shillings, all valid for a month. Dial *175# or use the My Airtel app to buy these and more affordable weekly and monthly data bundles on Airtel, the smartphone network.
Getting a birth certificate is as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1. Get a birth notification record stamped by a medical officer from a medical facility where the baby was born, or from a sub-county chief if the birth occurred in the community. 2. Go to the nearer offices in your area and present the notification record, a copy of the parents' or guardian's national ID, and a bank payment slip of 5,000 shillings for citizens and $40 for non-citizens. 3. Apply by filing NERA Form 3 from NERA offices or download it from the NERA website www.nera.go.ug. A birth certificate will then be issued to you. Birth certificates to refugees born in Uganda are free of charge. This message is brought to you by NERA.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
Oh, Susan, I want to propose to Rose. Yes, and this time I am serious.
Have you guys had sex?
Duh, of course.
And have you had sex without using condoms?
Hey, Nga, you're curious.
I'm more concerned. Are you having sex with other people?
Hey, hello. Is this an interview or what?
No, just things you should think about. Do you know Rose's HIV status?
Okay. This is serious. Should I be worried?
It is actually serious. Do you know your HIV status?
I think I am safe. Many times we get into situations that put us at risk of HIV. However, the first step to ending HIV is getting tested and knowing your results.
It's Time Up HIV. Call 0800-211-046 or text 8080 toll-free for more information about how to prevent HIV.
This message is brought to you by Ministry of Health with support from USAID.
Meet Professor Petero. He knows something every hustler in UG is gonna love.
Oh, see. You say I was just trying to get the documents to register for Airtel Money.
You don't need the documents. You just say the register.
What's going on here?
He sells things from the shop, and behind my back, he gets the money and gives it to his girlfriends.
But just get Airtel Money Pay so that all money comes direct to your business wallet and only you, the owner, have access to it.
Just dial *185 *10 hash and now you are on. No waiting. Huh? This insanity is sweet. Give them also.
I only take Airtel Money Pay. It's easy and secure.
Yes, become a safer and more efficient cash-free business today. Easy.
No mixing your business money with your Kameza money. No, that's efficient.
Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight. Minister of State for Northern Uganda, Grace Chinchenye, has appealed to the youth to use youth funds to start up small-scale businesses rather than looking for white-collar jobs, which are even scarce in the country. She was representing the Vice President, Jessica Lupo, at the launch of a book, Business Strategy to Strategy, authored by that's Business Tragedy to Strategy, authored by Dr. Anatoly Kamgisha.
The government has located more funds to the youth for small-scale businesses. The State Minister for Northern Uganda, Grace Chinchenye, advised the youth to seek access to the funds and start up small-scale businesses in order to curb unemployment rate in the country.
I think we have a lesson to learn. The youth has a lesson to learn. The youth must know that the traditional job, that traditional office job, is not there. It's a very narrow base. In Uganda, the civil service is only about 300,000 officers against 40 million.
This knowledge is going to make very many young people become more job creators than being job seekers. And it is my conviction that this book, in less than 10 years, it will create over 1 million CEOs. People who will have created their own business and they are running their own business as CEOs.
While launching the book, From Business Tragedy to Strategy, the State Minister for Northern Uganda, Grace Chinchenye, tasked the youth to make use of this book to become job creators rather than job seekers.
Dr. Anatoly has shown us that you can actually create a job for yourself and for others. And so many of us are able to create jobs for ourselves and for others. So the youth should expand their thinking, their vision, and begin creating jobs. I have seen a lot of youth in ICT industry.
Dr. Anatoly Kamgisha, the author for this book, believes that the future of youth lies in creating jobs rather than looking for them.
That can see a problem and you can also see a solution, then it means you have created a job for yourself. Straight away, go and provide that solution. There you have a job. But to say I have my papers, oh, first class, or what, I have a job. Who told you that he's going to get a job?
It's the moment. And yeah, that is it. That's it. We all clap. Let's all clap for them.
That's a good moment. Mama, please get in the middle, get closer in the middle.
And the High Court Civil Division has issued a temporary injunction halting Makerere University from evicting vendors operating businesses within the university premises until the main suit is heard. In the ruling by Judge Boniface Wamala, the temporary injunction application has merit to compel court to issue an order to maintaining the status quo of the business activities in the university premises.
Last month, vendors operating within Makerere premises under their umbrella body, Makerere Business Owners Association Limited, filed a suit against the university, challenging its decision of evicting them from operating within the premises of the campus. Vendors also filed a temporary injunction asking court to halt Makerere University from evicting them before the main suit is heard, although the application was objected to by Makerere University on grounds that the applicants had no locus. After listening to both sides' submissions, Judge Boniface Wamala granted a temporary injunction application on grounds that it had a merit. Judge Boniface Wamala issued a temporary injunction halting Makerere University from evicting vendors operating within the campus.
We had to get an injunction because they had threatened to evict them by the first day of August. Good enough, court managed to maintain the status quo pending the determination.
Precious Nahawe, the lawyer representing vendors, was pleased with the ruling.
As we wait for a fair hearing to be done to them, so we call upon court to also give us a very quick hearing for the main application.
Nahawe also highlighted on the prayers in the main suit by the vendors.
Our prayers are to revise the decision of the University Council to evict all the business owners without giving them any hearing. Whereas there are those vendors and those people who may not be in line with that they can be streamlined. That's why a hearing is necessary in this matter. Those that are not in line with the core functions, the vendors that vend on the streets of Makerere University, those ones it's a matter of streamlining, not evicting whoever.
In a letter issued by Makerere University Council on 1st July 2022, all vendors and business owners conducting business within Makerere University premises were asked to immediately vacate their businesses. The letter also highlighted that vendors operating within the university, their activities don't relate to the campus core functions, and that some businesses are operating in a non-designated space, among other issues. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
Now, after close to 3 years, the State Minister for Sports, Hamson Obua, has finally handed over office to Peter Ogwang. This was during an occasion hosted at State House, Nakasero, and graced by Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni.
In a memo dated 21st July 2022, President Yoweri Museveni made ministerial changes. These included that of State Minister for Sports from Hamson Obua to Peter Ogwang. Obua has now officially handed over office to Ogwang during a function at State House Nakasero, graced by Education and Sports Minister Janet Museveni.
Honorable Obua also leaves a legacy of advocating for, among other things, the development of sports facilities, especially the fast tracking of works at the High Altitude Center in Teriet, and Akibua Memorial Center in Lira. He played a key oversight role in promoting the construction works at the Mandela National Stadium. Nachivubo also. Additionally, we will remember him for his conflict resolution skills and abilities, which enable the amicable harmonization of relationships between the numerous sports federations. Similarly, the Ministry of Education and Sports family welcomes now our new Minister of State for Sports, Honorable Peter Ogwang, who is also a Member of Parliament for Ngariam County to the sector. And fortunately, I also know and admire his passion for the service of our country We assure you, Peter, that your unwavered cooperation and support will be received by all your colleagues, and I'm sure it will enable you to acclimatize and settle in your new role.
Obua served as a sports minister for 950 days, during which he prides in many things, but this not minus regrets.
Phase 1 of Teriet High Altitude Training Center is coming to completion. But Mama, may you allow me to say thank you to you. As I speak, out of the 97 billion that was in the budget for the last financial year, Mandela National Stadium already has 80.1 billion towards fencing and kickstarting the upgrade.
Peter Ogwang arrives from the Economic Monitoring Docket but boasts a memorable track record in sports, whose problems he says must get solutions.
The sports sector has a potential to curb unemployment and provide a livelihood to the youth and boost the country's image, as well as generate revenue from sports tourism. Mama, my focus and our focus to address the funding gaps in the sector, it will help us to identify and maximize the talent of our young people. Mama, increased participation has come with the increased demand for sports facilities. And like my brother said, I want to thank you and government for what it's doing. This is going to be an area of priority, Mama, for me and you, because without the right facilities, the sector will not grow to realize the full potential.
Hamson Obua now officially starts his next call of duty as the government chief whip. John Barnes Sentamo reporting.
And the Minister for Kampala and Metropolitan Affairs, Minsa Kabanda, has appealed to all stakeholders in the Bodaboda cycling industry to cooperate as the government streamlines their industry. The minister stated this in a press conference held this afternoon at offices to give updates on the ongoing census exercise for the Bodabodas in Kampala district.
Kabanda is optimistic that once all stakeholders fulfill the mandatory statistical exercise, it will help to curb down the insecurity in the Bodaboda industry across the country as per the National Security Council recommendations of 2019.
This exercise is intended to achieve the following: the fulfillment of National Security Council recommendation of 2019 of ensuring the streamlining of the Bodaboda usage in the country. It requires the documentation of all riders and their motorcycles. Number 2, training of riders for proper use on the road. All riders to have reflector jackets with barcodes for easy identification. All riders to have permits, those are driving permits. All local government to designate and gazette identifiable stages for their operation.
She added that an organized society enables the government to have an effective preparation, hence benefiting its citizens in terms of improved standards of living.
Upon all entities that deal in the motorcycle business, transporters, etc., to submit particulars of these cycles. There's going to be organization of all stages, that is by KCCA, gazetting them and showing specific areas of operation for the cycles, particularly for those operating commercial bodabodas. Not every place is supposed to be a stage like it is right now. Organization of leadership, KCC and other local government will reorganize the leadership in Kampala after registration process is concluded.
However, she clarified that Kampala Capital City Authority is not imposing on any surcharges during the statistical process.
Registration is free, done by KCCA, the RCC, the town clerks, and other relevant people. But no, you don't pay for the registration. But when you are going for training, you are going to need some little money to pay there for the training, for that service.
While on the other hand, the Deputy Executive Director, Kampala Capital City Authority, Engineer David Luyimbazi, explains that the delay and the imbalanced registration across the city divisions is due to the poor internet access across these gazetted registration centers.
Supposed to come for the census, both riders and owners. But many times the riders have information on the Bodaboda motorcycles they're driving. So the rider can come with a logbook to declare who the owner of the motorcycle is. Challenges that we faced over the past 2 days, currently operating at about 50% capacity. We should be at 100% capacity tomorrow. So we are still hopeful that we are still, still optimistic that the deadline given to us by the Prime Minister of 1st September shall be achieved to have completed what they did and have a...
Report compiled by Ongeso Godwin Mark and Sekaja Jamil for UBC News in Kampala.
Get connected today with the My Airtel 4G smartphone and enjoy free data for 1 whole year worth 86,500 Uganda shillings. That's free 2 GB for the first month and free 1 GB for the next 11 months at only 250,000 Uganda shillings with free data for 1 whole year worth 86,500 shillings, making the effective price of the 4G phone 163,500 shillings only. Airtel, the smartphone network.
National Council for Higher Education will hold the 4th Annual Higher Education Conference on the 14th and 15th September 2022. The conference theme is Enhancement of Teaching, Learning and Assessment with Ordeal in Higher Education. The guest of honor will be the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Honorable Janet Kataha Museveni. The conference will be held physically at Hotel Africana for only invited guests and open to online participants via Zoom webinar that will be shared under the events section at www.unche.or.ug. The keynote speakers are Ezra Nazim, Senior Fellow of Higher Education Academy UK, Professor Henk Gerald Sola, a Dutch organizational theorist and Emeritus Professor of Business, Engineering and ICT at Groningen University, the Netherlands. The National Council for Higher Education is receiving papers from researchers and scholars for publication in the Uganda Higher Education Review, Journal of National Council for Higher Education. For more details, send inquiries to cmuhumuza@unche.or.ug, info@unche.or.ug, or call 0783 040024 or 0704 800926 plus 256 39 32 62 140/4.
Uganda Landowners Association welcomes you to the Land Use Exhibition, the first of its kind in Uganda. Do you want to learn how to use and earn from your land, or you need information on how to manage your land? Come and be part of this exhibition, which will start from the 31st of August to the 1st of September at Umasho Grounds, Nakawa Multipurpose Hall. Don't miss a session which will tackle land matters in board discussions at only 5,000 shillings. Small and large-scale business owners, you're invited to showcase your commodities. To be part of this exhibition, call 0701 111 401 or 0772 446 507. The Land Use Exhibition is organized by the Uganda Landowners Association, sponsored by Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, UBC.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Mbara and Jinja.
We
We can't tolerate sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment is unacceptable in our school.
Because a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
Forget last season. Forget the oohs and the ahs. Forget every moment that stole the show. Because the real show is here on GoTV. It's the new season. It's action-packed and it's going to be non-stop football. With over 1,000 games from more than 7 leagues and cup competitions plus a World Cup. Make sure you get the best seat in the house this new football season. Get a GoCoder with 1 month of GoTV value for only 25,000 Uganda shillings and enjoy non-stop football. GoTV Uganda. Love it.
Vimba! Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
Hey, wanna race? Oh, we lost you. You wish.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Yes, hello? This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Calling you from the mobile service center.
Okay. So how can I help you?
Well, we have noticed a few things wrong with your number and need your mobile money PIN.
Ton Ferrer, never give out your password or PIN to any caller. Your mobile service provider will never call or ask for your personal details. If in doubt, go to your nearest phone service center.
This message is powered by UCC, MTN, Airtel, Bank of Uganda, and NPSP Association.
Let's talk some sports. Chitante Golf Club is hosting the biggest turn-up of golfers for the Uganda Ladies Open Tournament. Now, the highest-ranked ladies tourney has catered for the amateur, the professionals, juniors, and the men's category.
The 2 weeks rains have watered the greens to pave way for the tee-off of the Uganda Ladies Golf Tournament Wednesday morning. Defending champion Martha Babidie, single handicap golfer Peace Kabekwasa and Gloria Mbaguta are among the cream de la cream lady golfers competing in this year's edition. Unlike before, 230 golfers are on the greens for the 3 days competing for both trophies and prize money.
Because it is one of the biggest tournaments in the year, and it is where all the ladies from different clubs within the country come to compete amongst themselves. With this kind of tournament, it is where they select the best ones who play for the country and later turn into professionals. So I think it is very important.
40 professional lady golfers have a 10 million key to compete for, and if one is to rate according to the previous performance, Irene Nakalembe and Flavia Namakula are favorites for the prize.
How I'm going to play because my coach in London told me before 2 days just relax. Not practice too much, just enjoy your game when you're in the course. Think about the beautiful things and relax. Nothing about you want to win. If you have lot anger, maybe you will feel very bad. But for me, I'm very relaxed.
As the competition acts as a grooming ground, young players have also been given a chance to compete for one day, where the winner will equally be rewarded. The other category to look out for is the silver category, whose handicap range from 0 to 11 based on the gross count. The bronze category, whose handicap range from 12, the subsidiary category, and the men who will compete for one day. Uganda Golf Club introduced the Ladies Open in 2018, making a huge stride in the promotion of golf in the country. National Medical Stores joins the other partners sponsoring the event to a tune of 60 million Uganda shillings.
And on top of the 60 million, we are also the official kit sponsors of the tournament. So the players are going to be wearing our t-shirts and also the umbrellas because of obviously the weather has changed. And this is because we are committed to preventive health. We are encouraging Ugandans, and would like to encourage Ugandans to exercise regularly, to go to your health facilities and do early detection of these diseases because they can be prevented.
And over 100 motocross riders from 7 African countries will participate in this year's Mountain Dew FIM Africa Motocross of African Nations Championship. This competition will take place at the Garuga Victoria Raceway from the 20th to the 21st of August.
Today we officially unveil to you the most important motorsport event in Africa this year, the FIM Africa Motocross Motocross of African Nations Championship.
After nearly a 3-year delay due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Federation of Motorsport Clubs in Uganda is delighted to host this year's Mountain Dew FIM Africa Motocross of African Nations Championship.
Uganda is going to be hosting the MXON for the second time round. Our ranking in the last event, which was in 2019, we took a podium position of 3rd place. We won the first position. We won that in 2012 for the very first time. So we have one win in our history of motocross of all African nations.
The competition has attracted over 100 professional riders from Uganda, Kenya, South Africa, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Congo, Botswana and Morocco. The Uganda Motocross Cranes riders will include Arthur Bleak, Kilian Wekesa, Shaida Katete and many others, notably James Sakena, the UPC president. While launching the competition, the Minister of State for Sport, Peter Ogwang, pledged for more government support for motocross, and he urged the private sector to do the same.
And this is an area where as government we must come in and begin to see how do we help improve on 1 or 2 areas of facilities to allow these children of ours to adventure, to make this as a source of employment for them for now, tomorrow and the future. So how do we work with the private sector, the parents, to support some of these young children?
We are passionate about sports and we're very passionate about youth and youth who are trying to find their way, make their own way in life. And so for us, motocross is one of those properties that has always helped many young people to embrace their own way on their own path in terms of sports. Mountain Dew is also very passionate about growing this sport in Uganda, making it more approachable to not only the youth but just the ordinary Ugandan.
The event is scheduled to take place between the 20th and the 21st of August at the Garuga Victoria Raceway. FIM Africa Motocross of African Nations Championship is regarded as the most exciting, attracting the best riders, vying for the highest ranking on the African continent. Grace Joyce Kemigisa, UBC News.
And over 3,000 students from 120 schools across the country have already reported for the National Secondary Schools Ball Games second championship taking place at Dr. Bote College in Lira City. Winners from this 8-day competition are expected to represent Uganda in Arusha this September.
It's a beehive of activities at Dr. Bote College in Lira City, where over 220 schools have reported for secondary schools National Ball Games 2 Championship 2022. The week-long tournament is organized by Uganda Secondary School Sports Association in partnership with the Stanbic Bank Uganda and the Ministry of Education and Sports.
After getting many medals in athletics especially, but then in Africa, we became #1. But we want to be #1, and we are glad that we are now partnering with a bank that is also #1 in Uganda.
As a financial institution, because we believe that education is one of those critical sectors for us, this should go a long way in promoting talent, and above all, enable us and raise very many more talented athletes in this country.
Mugisha says the tournament was organized for holidays to avoid interrupting normal learning.
That also when the ministry is licensing private schools, they should not only look at classes and benches and laboratories, they should also look at the sports facilities that a school has.
The Commissioner of Physical Education and Sports, Reverend Duncan Mugumia, says the initiative is helping government to identify and develop professionals in sports.
We will have strong secondary teams, we will have a strong national team. It's high time Uganda goes to #1 every time. First Lady, Senior Minister, has always told us we want quality education and sports, and that's what we are fighting to get.
3,900 students have reported to compete for honors in the 9 disciplines, which include basketball, woodball, football, netball, dance sports, among others.
And dance sport has taken very many people by surprise, and the crowds around it are big. And the reason why we had to add it is that it is an Olympic sport. If you have watched our games here, especially dance sport, they don't dance naked. They are actually more covered than when they are playing netball or any other sport. And actually what the minister was saying, and rightly so, it was banning bringing foreigners to school to teach our students bad behavior.
Winners of this competition will represent Uganda in Arusha in September this year. Eddie Ulwa, UBC News.
All right, and that does it for news tonight. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. On sign language, Elizabeth Nakokoni. Have yourselves a lovely night.
I remember the lockdown, when the streets were empty and our lives disrupted, when businesses closed and our livelihoods hung